What is up, everybody? The History Guy back with you. I know it's mid-October, and it's been a little while since you heard from me. Been desperately trying to get some videos made, but I have been so incredibly busy, which is a good thing. I've had a school on my schedule every single weekday for the past 6 weeks. Thankfully, this week, I'm actually only speaking in elementary schools about an hour from my house, which means most days I'm getting home by about noon, which means I have a little time to make videos. So this should not be the only one you hear from me this week, but we're going to start right here with the Battle of Stones River, picking up right where I left off in this No Infantry Campaign Challenge. For those of you, and I know that there are a lot of new subscribers since I've been regularly making videos, for those of you, I say welcome. Thank you for being a part of the team and following along. And as you will hear me talk about from time to time, my real job is I am a speaker for a national organization called Rachel's Challenge, which was founded by the family of the first victim of the Columbine shooting in 1999. Her name was Rachel Joy Scott. I have a 13-year-old daughter who is named after her. She's one of my heroes. And I speak full-time in schools, sharing her story, talking about kindness and compassion, and just encouraging kids and adults to treat one another better. But that's what I do for the day job, which I love and I'm passionate about, but I'm equally, if not more so, passionate about history and history gaming. And so I'm in the middle of this challenge where I am playing through the Union campaign and Ultimate General Civil War. It is on the easiest difficulty, but I am playing without any infantry brigades whatsoever, using only artillery, cavalry, mounted units, and then sharpshooters and skirmishers. So we're under the Battle of Stones River. Thankfully, because of the scaling, it's kept the units pretty small on the Confederate side. And this battle is going to be pretty well even, about 32,000 soldiers on each side. I've got a better than 2-to-1 advantage in guns. However, the way that this one breaks down, he's probably going to have a decent advantage in manpower on me for the whole first day of the battle. But that's okay because I don't really plan to engage him all that much. On the Union side, the only thing you need to do to win the battle is to hold the final objectives, Nashville, Pike, East, and West. And that's not even on the battlefield yet. And so we're going to do that, and we're basically just going to drop everybody back in the meantime. The quicker he takes these objectives, the quicker we advance to that last stage of the battle, which is where we're going to be able to make our stand on that well-fortified position with a ton of artillery, and we should be able to handle him pretty well. Of course, the tricky part for me is that a lot of my units are mounted. I'll dismount the ones that are going to hold the hill, and between that and all the artillery that I have, I should be able to hold things pretty well. Of course, as I said, the tricky part is that early on in this battle, I am heavily outnumbered. So we're going to fall back as quickly as we can, recognizing that I'm going to have to at least cover my rear a little bit because he's going to send some of his mounted units up. And I need to protect my artillery, so I need to keep a couple of these guys down, at least to kind of screen my retreat. And that's really all there's going to be to this first few parts of the battle. You see here, hold Nashville, Pike, East, and West, lose less than 50% of your army. Those are the only objectives that matter. And like I said, I've got mounted units. We're going to use those to screen and protect the tactical withdrawal. And I would expect we'll see some of those mounted units. There they are. There's one right there. Big one, too. So let's go ahead and start bringing some of the cavalry down. Maybe we can engage these guys. So he took that objective. That's going to start the timer down. We're going to immediately be moving to the second phase of the battle and then the third as he takes those objectives. Just got to get the artillery through these woods so they can really start falling back effectively. Alright, here's skirmishers coming now. Let's go out and surprise these guys. Yeah, they're going to run. Chickens, get back here. I know his main column of infantry is probably moving up over here, so we're not going to move up too far. we'll just kind of chill. Actually, I think I want these guys probably a little more this way. There's his artillery. Alright, we're 1 minute away. I think we're going to trip the next phase. There we go. Same thing will happen here. We're just going to pull back, let him take the objectives, and drop back to the phase where I actually will try to hold at Nashville Pike. Alright, holy cow. So that's interesting. We're in the woods, so that's not going to be real effective for my cavalry there. Alright, let's just keep these guys pulling back. We can move all the way back to this line now. I'm going to hang tight here except to pull my artillery back a little bit. Okay, now I'm really tempted to run in and try to engage these guys, but I know he's got more infantry behind them, so I've got to be careful. Now these skirmishers got a little too close to me, and we're going to finish them off really quick. 3 units of melee cavalry are going to make quick work of those skirmishers. And they're gone. Alright, now here comes his line infantry, so I've got to be careful here. And I also got to just keep one eye open on what's happening here. Alright, these guys are still engaging. Let's go ahead and engage with that. And we're just gonna keep this mounted infantry here to kind of screen and protect my artillery as it falls back. Make sure he doesn't get into those units. I want to engage these guys, but I don't want to get too close to all of his infantry. You know what? Let's go ahead and dismount. Alright, these guys need to... I guess they're going to have to pull back. They lost their commander. Oh, hey, what happened here? They surrendered, and then they surrendered again. Somehow I got too close. I don't know how Hood got pulled into that. But they surrendered briefly, and then immediately went back and surrendered the other way. Alright, get out of there. Come on. Oh my. Look at this. Okay. Now let's get in here and deal with these guys. Alright, we're gonna slow things down here for a minute because it's getting interesting. Let's go ahead and pull all these guys back. I think he needs to take that objective to trigger the next phase, and he appears to be breaking through my line and threatening my artillery, so I've got to be careful here. I'm going to slow this down for a little bit until I deal with some of these pockets. Oh, don't let him get away. Alright, I think we can go back to normal speed for a minute here. Alright, don't get sucked back too far, guys. Alright, we might be able to do something here. I know they're in the woods, but maybe I can still hit them. Alright, what's happening here? Let's get out of here, guys. Alright, we gotta be careful here because there's a infantry unit coming up. Alright, let's back out. Alright, he's got the objective, 17 minutes, and we'll open up the last phase. So I think at this point I need to pull back. I need to issue the pullback because we're going to be onto the last phase here in a minute, and I want to be in position to be able to get back quicker. No, yeah, there we go. I need to be able to build a defensive line effectively on the turnpike. A few of these units I'm just kind of using as cannon fodder. I mean, I'm just trying to buy time with them. Alright, let's get out of here. I'm going to turn on these skirmishers. Gobble them up real quick. Alright, get out of there. There's infantry coming. Almost finished them off, but I've got to get out before the infantry get to volley into me. This is going to get crazy here. Because I'm going to be trying to slow him down while I simultaneously try desperately to get all my artillery pulled back. Might not be the worst thing in the world that I've got one unit of cavalry just kind of roaming free back here. Maybe we'll make something of that. Okay, so here we go, and now we've got to build the defensive position up here, and this is where it's going to get really interesting. Number one, I want to get all of my mounted infantry units, or my melee cavalry units, somewhere that I can make use of them out in the open. Maybe harass his flanks, do something to just cause problems for him as he tries to advance on the objectives. So we're going to start moving them out of the way. I'm just going to pull them over here into this wide open space for now, I think. All the artillery's got to get moved up into position. There's just a lot of little minutia that I have to deal with here to get everybody where I want them to be. And I'll get all those mounted infantry units up on the hill and get them into the fortifications as quickly as I can. And we're just going to have a ton of artillery sitting up on top of this hill. Mounted infantry are going to get up here into the fortifications. I'm going to have a second line of them because, you know, and I might even keep a few of my melee cavalry up here just to help with the melee attacks that I know will be coming. Let's just get everybody moving this direction, and then I'll worry about orders of who's gonna go where. Because he's gonna hit me before I have time, otherwise. In fact, we're gonna have to get some units into position now. Alright, Snakefoot Brigade's gonna run these guys out, but they may get hit in the flank with a volley. Oh, yeah, they did. It's alright, not a problem. Alright, he's coming from this side too. And this is going to be the tricky part because some of my artillery is going to want desperately to face that way when I want most of them pointing down here. A lot of my artillery is not quite in a position yet. Alright, so we've got our melee cavalry out here. I'm going to bring some of them up into the woods just so I can see what's going on. Keep the rest back for now. We've got sharpshooters out here. Back them up a little bit. And most of my artillery has not quite gotten ready to start firing yet. You can see almost all his units are in the like 500 to 600 man range. I gotta get these guys out of here now because they're not doing any good being in the woods like that. So I'm gonna make mincemeat of some of these units pretty easily. Let's look at the casualties. We haven't looked at those yet. So I've lost not quite 2,000 men. We've already inflicted almost 3,000 casualties, but the heavy Confederate casualties are gonna start now, as all of my artillery finally starts unloading on him. And I just have to be cautious for any spots that he might try to overrun me because I'm not real deep in any position. And a lot of my artillery is up here, and I think I want to move it this way. Especially like these Napoleons. I want to get those up closer to the line. Let's go ahead and bring up some of the melee cavalry and see if we can find some of his artillery somewhere. I'm going to turn my sharpshooters over this way now, too. Alright, we found some of his mounted infantry just roaming free back here. If we can keep them out in the open, we'll be in good shape. Alright, as long as you guys just sit right there and we just pound you with the artillery, this is going to go really well. If he can manage to get up and break through, I don't have a lot of depth. I have a few melee cavalry units here to protect, but that's about it. Alright, we're going to pursue this unit with these ones. We'll hit these guys here once I get out of the woods. Alright, I've lost still not quite 2,000 men. He's lost 4,500 now, and that's going to keep on going like that. Alright. Alright, I'll take the volley shot, the flank volley there for now, just to be able to hit these guys. He's trying to get in position. If he can coordinate this attack, he can cause some problems for me. If I can push these guys into the open, they're finished. Now let's slow down for just a minute. I gotta be careful here because if Buford pulls me too far over, I could run into trouble there. These guys are going to get pushed into the corner, and then I'll wipe them out. Alright. That unit's going to be wiped out. Yep, now we can kind of move the wave into these ones here. They're going to get hit by this unit behind him, but that's okay. Alright, he's trying to get closer. He could still cause some problems for me if he would just move this attack forward, but he won't. And he's got a lot coming down here too, so I gotta be careful. I gotta protect these skirmishers, or these sharpshooters. Let's go ahead and get them moved out of the way. Alright, Warden's getting away. We'll pursue him. Okay. Back to normal speed. The only thing keeping me from making quick work of these guys is the woods are protecting them right now. The longer this goes on, the fewer men he has left to fight with. Alright, he's coming up at me from over here now. Alright, casualties. I have lost 2,200 men. He's lost 7,500. And it's just about to the place now where I'm going to have more men than him on the field. At which point he's completely done. Nah, we'll go ahead and pursue these guys until they're done, but we're going to get hit from the rear a little bit. Alright, forget those guys. Oh, I think I might have wiped them out. That looks like the remnants of them there. Alright, we've got Buford out into the open. Napoleons are taking some hits, but that's okay. Who did we cause to surrender? Oh, cool. Alright, we'll go ahead and rout them. Now, we wipe these guys out. Now, is there anything we can do here to cause some problems? I'm gonna move these Napoleons closer. He is not going to launch an attack. He's just going to stand there and just get pummeled by my artillery. I need to find... I should have been doing this sooner, but... my rifled artillery really needs to be shooting at his, because I'm taking a lot of unnecessary casualties from his artillery. Guys are in the woods, but we'll drive them out. I'm gonna move these guys out, see if maybe I can get on the flank of some of these units a little bit. We've got an ammo issue. We'll go ahead and resolve that. We'll get some supplies over there. I've got plenty of supply. Alright, we wiped those guys out. Now, let's do this. I'm going to take some casualties doing this, but his left flank is going to crumble, so it's well worth it. Bye-bye left flank. Like I said, gonna take some casualties. I recognize that. But it's worth it. Because his attack is toast. Not that it ever really was much of an attack. Hit these guys. So I'm taking some flank attack from his artillery, but his artillery is about to be toast too. Alright, we gotta be careful a little bit here, because these guys are just going to get sucked into the rest of his line. Alright, let's back off. I think that's enough. Pull these guys back. Oh, Brigadier General Joseph Hooker killed. Alright. That did the trick. It completely cleared out his left flank, which is what I wanted to happen there. So now he's launching an attack. Alright, let's pause for just a second, because that caused him to go ahead and launch his attack forward with only 38 minutes to go. But here's the situation. He's down to just 14,000 men. I've taken out half his army now. I've lost a little over 3,000, and I can clearly kind of adjust and deal with this if I need to. We're going to go ahead and move 7th Cavalry into position up here. Let's get Canfield over there, just kind of bring up some support, because Page is definitely going to get broken through. There's no way he's going to hold that line there. Oh boy. Wasn't expecting Snakefoot Brigade to get sucked down over the hillside that easily. Gotta remember that happens. Let's hold these guys back. Alright, that attack got driven off a lot easier than I thought it would. I'm gonna plug Canfield into that hole. Whoa, Bristow. Alright, you guys pull back too. Oh man, Bristow's gonna get sucked out there. We may lose him. I can't seem to get him pulled back. Yep, I did lose him. I could have easily been less aggressive with this and still won the battle. Oh boy. And still won the battle, but not nearly as fun that way. Alright, I think that's about it. We've got 15 minutes to go here, but I think we're pretty well in good shape. And I'm guessing, I can't remember on the Union side, but I know on the Confederate side this continues even after this part. So that may be the case here on the Union side too, but there's no way in the world he's going to have any better chance than he just had to take it. Alright, we're going to pull back. I've done enough. Let's see what happens. See if this ends it or if this continues. Alright, there's the timer. Yep, we are going to continue this battle. I had a feeling it continued, but really it's just more of the same. Now he's just going to attack the same position again. But now I have to kind of reposition my units on the Nashville Pike because we go to the new year. Now he's got 12,000 men facing my 27,000, and I can go back to the camp and even kind of build my forces up further. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Actually, I don't have any money because all of my supply just refilled. But we can do this. There we go. I needed to spend those points anyway before I would have lost them. So let's go ahead and we'll get everything replenished and we'll take a look at it and we'll go from there. Alright, so I wasn't able to do a whole lot just because of my lack of weapons for some of the units, but I did top off some of my artillery, things like that. So we're sitting at about 28,000 men, almost 300 guns up against his very paltry force that is going to attempt to take this heavily fortified position. The only drawback for me, of course, is that I once again have to get my units into position. And, of course, I've got some of them back here, which don't do me a whole lot of good. So we've got to get everybody into position quickly and occupy these fortifications before the attack comes. We've got to pull back the artillery quickly. Get some of them into position where I want them. They're not there yet. Let's see. I'm going to pull some of these big guns back a little bit. gonna get my sharpshooters out here. Maybe get some of these skirmishers out there too. Alright, yeah, these guys gotta get pulled back some more. Because if any of his units get close enough to actually fire small arms fire on me, those artillery units are gonna take some damage that I don't want them to take. Alright, let's get some of these big artillery units firing on his artillery. Move up some of these 24-pounders. I'm going to get the 10-pounders, the rifled artillery closer so I can fire on his. Oh, look at you go. Oh, he's coming at me up here too. Back these 10-pounders off. Alright, he is going to come at me over here. I don't have as much going on over here. I do have a lot of melee cavalry though. Okay, well the good news is this means he's spreading out his attack more, which makes it even easier for me to defend against it. Alright, these sharpshooters have to back off. In fact, we'll just go ahead and plug them into the fortifications for now. Let's see what the number situation is. He is down to just 9,500 men, and that's going to go down quickly. Let's get these 10-pounders firing on his artillery too. I want to take his artillery out. They're really the only factor as far as inflicting casualties on me. Happening up here. Alright, same thing here. We're gonna focus our rifled artillery on his artillery. He's got a bit more of a force up here than I'm really incredibly comfortable with. So I got to keep an eye on that. Maybe we'll send this melee cavalry up there to help them out once this guy's dealt with. Alright, I want these 10-pounders firing on his artillery. And the 20-pounders. And the 14-pounders. Alright, those guys are gone. Alright, we're going to send them over here. And I'm going to see if I can get these sharpshooters. I don't know if I'll be able to hit him from here or not, but we're going to give it a try. There's nothing too much to worry about down here. This is a relatively easy battle. He's down to just 7,700 men. Two hours to go. Nothing to worry about. That attack is melted away over on my right. There's very little left in my center. So really the only thing left of any strength whatsoever is on my left over here. And we're going to deal with that right now. Again, melee cavalry is going to take some casualties, but in the process they're going to destroy any attack that he had. Alright, let's pull back before we take some fire from these guys. Alright, we're going to go ahead and pull this back now. I broke up the attack. That was my main goal there. That is about all she wrote for this one. We're just going to kind of hang tight now, I think. He's going to try to attack me here. I'm going to get my sharpshooters firing on his artillery. Alright, we need some ammo. Where's my supply? So many units in here, I can't quite see. One of them's over here. That can't be the only one. It might be the only one. Maybe I didn't have enough money to fill the other supply. I should have checked that. That's fine. We'll send it down there. Alright, let's advance out with some melee cavalry here. Lots of ammo issues on my artillery is concerned. Not a problem though. We'll go ahead and speed this up. He's going to try to get around over on this side. That's fine. We'll counter that. At this point, I guess, is the only thing he's really got left in front of me supplies? Because if so, we're going to gobble those bad boys up. And that'll solve my supply issues. Not that I need them at this point. There's one. We'll grab the other one. What's happening up here? Alright, he's getting at my artillery, so we gotta pull back. And let's do another little charge right into those lines. Come on, grab those things already. Thank you. Again, not really numbers-wise, not a sound strategy, but it breaks up his attack. And it causes complete disarray in his lines. And so the men that I sacrificed to do that are worth it because it destroys the battle line that he had. Now let's mount these guys up. Go grab these supplies. Last one. And then we're going to grab the other ones too. And that's going to be just about all I can do for this one. The rest of his men, if they exist at all, are running. All 1,800 of them. And we're going to call it a day. Alright, we're just going to let this tick out and we'll see what the final numbers look like. Alright, there it is. So, let's take a look. Wow, that's phenomenal. Oh, I love it. So I lost 1,183 infantry. Those would be my mounted infantry troops. I lost 7 guns, 275 men in those artillery units, as well as 3,358 cavalry. Much of which I probably didn't have to lose, but I did so in order to be a little more aggressive with my strategy. All told, we're looking at just under 5,000 casualties for myself. On his side, we're looking at 21, wow, about close to 25,000. So about 5 to 1. We will take that every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Captured tons of Enfield rifles, which of course I won't use. I'll sell those off, though, to get some much needed funds. Let's look at who performed the best out of all of those units. So best kills, we've got Garfield, which is actually a skirmisher unit. They got 931 kills with only 18 losses. We had a melee cavalry unit with 922 kills. But then the artillery, of course, did the yeoman's work here. This 20-pounders had 903 kills without a single casualty. A couple of these units, like these 10-pounders, I must have had a little too close to the front, or he was concentrating his artillery on me. I don't know which, but either way, tremendous job. Let's see who had the largest casualties among my units. It'd be Bristow right here, who lost 450 men. But again, that was all well worth it, and really well done for my... Wow, did I not lose a single... Well, you know what? The ones I did lose, I replaced, and so they're not showing up here. So there were a few that I lost. But that brings us to, I believe, the Chancellorsville campaign. So let's take a look at where we are at this point. Chancellorsville is going to be a really interesting one on this mode. I don't know how that's going to go. But we'll see. Well, we've got 3 more battles to do before that. So we've got a little while to get there. But as always, I would love to hear your input, your comments, your questions, your observations, your criticisms, any and all of that. Please use the comment section below. And it's just good to be back. So thanks for watching. Please hit that thumbs up. Let me know you like this and you want to see more. And we'll see you again real soon. Thanks.